My name is Russ Devan, and welcome to Success by Design's Untraining. This is a quick overview of what you can expect from the untraining that might be a little bit different from what you're used to. First of all, after being in and around the business model of direct selling and network marketing sales for nearly 42 years, I made some observations some time ago that there were certain things about the way the business was taught that just didn't work, or if they did work, they were bankrupt. So some 3 decades ago, I explored something that I call untraining. It was looking at the areas where people struggle the most and finding a new possibility for how they might be taught to work for people. Now, I oversimplify it by saying that everybody, whether they're seasoned or whether they're new, wants to know, where do I go, what do I do, and how do I do it? So the where do I go piece is obviously the prospecting part. And that's one of the first areas where I saw struggle and a real problem, and still do today. And there's a lot of controversy about whether it's more important to find lots of people and throw them against the wall and see what sticks, or whether quality over quantity is more important. Well, I think there's something to be said for both. But what I noticed was the prospecting paradigm, whether it's direct sales or network marketing, has this idea that prospects are in a warm or a cold market. I know you've heard that. So what I do is I take a real hard look, and took a real hard look at that, and came to the conclusion, or at least the hypothesis, that whether you know somebody or don't know them isn't what makes them a prospect. What makes them a prospect is a conversation. And I believe as a culture, we've kind of forgotten how to create real conversations with people. I believe that results and prospects come from listening, not necessarily what we say. So that's one of the first things that I take on in the untraining is you'll learn about I don't teach you listening, but you're going to learn how you listen and how others listen to you, which is invaluable when it comes to conversation, which is invaluable when it comes to prospecting. More than that, by the time we're through with the prospecting segment, the part that I call where do I go, you can create an unlimited resource for prospects without the warm and cold market paradigm. And you will never have that issue around prospecting again. That's number one. Number two, the two most important actions arguably in network marketing or direct sales are selling and recruiting. That's how they're often referred to. And how that's been addressed from a training standpoint over the years has been sales technique and recruiting technique, how to get people to do something, how to get the intended result of a sale or a new recruit by a certain methodology that only has one end, and that is somebody signing up or getting a sale. I believe that process, that technique, has created its own resistance. So what you can expect from the untraining is a new possibility for creating sales without sales technique. It's done every day, en masse. More sales are created without selling and selling technique as we know it than there are with. So what is that dynamic? I call it promoting. And I'll teach you the difference between promoting and selling, just as I will between recruiting and enrolling. Recruiting generally looks like dragging, kicking, and screaming, or begging. Neither one of those is very appealing. And how many times do you have people say to you, I don't want to go to my friends and family, and I don't want to get people to do this, and I don't want to talk to strangers? Well, you've just eliminated the whole world there. But there's a different dynamic from recruiting, getting somebody to do something, just like there is in selling. So you're going to learn a new distinction. And you're also going to learn one other thing that's very important. It's really not important how much you can sell or how well you can recruit. It's how little of that you can do that counts and still make a difference. It's the duplication of effort and understanding that promoting, enrolling, and consuming are the three things that make you money in this business. But it's not just doing it that counts. It's teaching it and teaching other people to teach it. The third piece, and just as important, is most training in the network marketing model is based on motivation. Again, inspiring people to action. Well, this is what I've found. Motivation cannot be sustained unless it's self-sourced. So I offer something better, and that is providing people a plan that I call a project that goes over the next 12 months and allows you to attain the goal that provides the things that you're committed to, which I think is missing in almost all network marketing failures. That's what's missing, is actually having a plan or a structure to succeed. So it's not for lack of commitment. It's not for lack of knowledge. It's for simply seeing things that you don't see and being untrained from the things that you've been taught to believe. Welcome to Success by Design's Untraining.